is News 3 Now at 10.
First tonight, we have breaking news. Law enforcement has made an arrest in connection with an unsolved murder case in rural Columbia County.
It happened in the town of Leeds in September of 2019. And tonight, the Columbia County Sheriff's Department is announcing the arrest of 43-year-old Jason Kajewski of West Allis on one count of first-degree intentional homicide. Police say he shot and killed Keith Wolf in the basement of his home. After more than a year of searching for a suspect, a search warrant was executed today in West Allis. Officials say a handgun used in the homicide and other evidence was recovered. Kajewski taken into custody without incident and brought to the Columbia County Jail, where he awaits an initial court appearance.
Next at 10, 7% of all Wisconsinites have now completed their vaccination series, and more than 14% have gotten at least one dose of the shot. Teachers and school staff are eligible to receive the COVID vaccine starting Monday, but those in Dane County will have to wait at least 2 weeks due to a supply shortage. Public Health Madison Dane County has plans to vaccinate large groups of teachers and staff at the Align Energy Center, but they received just 12% of the vaccine doses they asked for, and DHS officials did not approve any of those to be used for vaccinating teachers or child care workers.
840 new cases of the virus were confirmed today, above the 7-day average for the second day in a row. As far as vaccinations, an additional 37,000 doses have been administered over the past 24 hours. Certain populations most impacted by COVID-19 face many of the same challenges when it comes to getting protection from the virus. Madeline O'Neill shares how health officials are distributing the vaccine through a lens of equity. Maddie?
Well, from hospitals to public health departments to the state health department, there is a focus on making sure that everyone who wants a shot has an equal shot at getting the vaccine. In many cases, that means using a tool provided by the CDC in times of disaster. From the lost memories of what could have been to the painful new ones.
We've lost over 500,000 people.
Nothing about COVID-19 is fair.
That number keeps me up at night.
For some, the virus has been especially unfair, with minorities more likely to get sick and die.
This is a terrible crisis.
UW-Madison Assistant Professor Tiffany Green points to structural racism, differences in access to health care, factors always lurking, now exposed in broad daylight.
We are seeing a lot of people that want the vaccine and can't get it.
But not just because of supply.
Our focus has been around racial equity.
At UW Health, that's meant sending the first round of 1B vaccine invitations to higher-risk patients 65 and older, including Black, Latinx, and Native American patients. While vaccinating their Phase 1A employees, UW Health used an algorithm taking into account age and the Social Vulnerability Index.
One way to really be able to determine those who are potentially at higher risk.
At higher risk for things like hospitalization and death, taking into account factors such as socioeconomic status, minority status, and transportation access. The SVI shows Rock County at a moderate to high level of vulnerability, the highest in our viewing area. Rock County public health officials see it play out specifically in urban settings like Janesville and Beloit.
Poverty, race, language, disease burden, age, lack of access to transportation and housing are considered in our vaccination efforts.
Once that's identified.
So we're able to specifically target and bring resources into communities without necessarily putting them higher on a list.
That means bringing vaccine information about things like available appointments to neighborhood businesses and leaders.
We're looking at meeting people where they are in their communities where they live.
But it's not a one-way street.
Whatever those barriers that we identify through listening to those communities, we're able to mitigate them.
Now, Janesville is home to Wisconsin's first public regional vaccination site at Blackhawk Technical College.
I think the state has seen the need and that we have in Rock County.
We are making good efforts, particularly with putting vaccine clinics in places like Rock County that rely on community-centered healthcare providers.
Green says the state as a whole can do better, as the pandemic numbers keep her up at night.
It's just staggering.
She's thinking about a more fair tomorrow.
Look at making long-term investments in our public health infrastructure so that when the next pandemic comes, and it will, that we are prepared.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services has a number of considerations that go into how they distribute the vaccine to vaccinators across the state, including the Social Vulnerability Index. Now, Rock County health officials ask people to be patient while they wait for their vaccine, and in the meantime, keep up with testing, masking, and distancing.
Thank you, Maddie. New tonight, the CDC has a new search tool for COVID-19 vaccines. The general public can go on vaccinefinder.org to find approved providers near them. You enter your zip code and search radius, and a list of nearby pharmacies and health centers will pop up. The tool details whether a location has doses in stock or not. You can also search for a manufacturer if you're looking specifically for a Moderna or Pfizer shot.
Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now with a look at our first warn forecast. Gary?
Well, another day with temperatures above the 40-degree mark. We've melted some more snow. And, you know, at this rate, it'll still take some time to get rid of it, but this is a pretty good rate. We're not melting it too quickly, and we're not having any precipitation to add to it. Now, as we take a look at the time-lapse from the Edgewater Skycam, you can see how much sunshine we had today. That helped get those temperatures above the 40-degree mark, even though we still have a fair amount of snow on the ground. But as we take a look at Doppler track, nothing really showing up around Wisconsin. To our north and west, a few flurries starting to show up in northern North Dakota. That's with the next weather system that could bring us some light snow, flurries, or drizzle or freezing drizzle tomorrow evening. High temperatures today were within a couple degrees of 40 one way or another. A few places were in the upper 30s, like Camp Douglas, the Dells, and Janesville, and a few places were in the lower 40s, including Madison, Boscobel, and Lone Rock. Right now, temperatures are right around 30 degrees. Some of the lower lying spots, like Lone Rock, it's already down to 21 degrees, but for the most part, these temperatures will be slow to fall. Look for a low of about 20 degrees by tomorrow morning. There could also be some patchy fog. Tomorrow, we'll see sunshine in the morning, more clouds later in the afternoon. High temperature should still hit 40 degrees. Again, with some light snow for tomorrow night, but temperatures will generally stay mild through much of next week. I'll have the details in the forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Developing story tonight. The U.S. military has conducted airstrikes against facilities in eastern Syria that the Pentagon said were used by Iran-backed militia groups. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says it's in response to recent attacks against U.S. personnel in Iraq that killed a civilian contractor and wounded a U.S. service member, as well as other coalition troops last week. Austin says tonight's strikes destroyed multiple facilities located at a border control point used by a number of Iranian-backed militant groups. The action was authorized by President Biden, which is his first known military action as president.
Next at 10, UW Health says it is getting ready to once again adjust its visitor policy. In a statement, the healthcare provider said as the number of COVID-19 cases in our community continues to decrease and the number of those vaccinated continues to increase, we anticipate UW Health will be able to allow limited visitation at our hospitals and clinics in the near future. COVID-19 often takes a toll on the mind as well as the body, especially for those long haulers who experience lingering symptoms of the disease. One study out of the University of Oxford found that even in patients with no previous psychiatric history, a COVID diagnosis has led to conditions like anxiety, insomnia, and dementia. Issues with fatigue, sleeping difficulties, and cognitive difficulties were also common.
I think we all can appreciate that this year has been traumatic in many ways, and people have had significant losses, and there is a tremendous sense of uncertainty about the future. For example,
experts recommend a few strategies to help manage new psychological effects. Develop a tolerance for uncertainty. Pace your level of activity. Grieve your losses. Find meaning and purpose to everyday activities and strengthen your support system. We have more on all of these on channel3000.com.
Across the country, 50 million vaccines have now been administered. President Biden marked the day with an event at the White House.
I want to make something really very clear. This is not a time to relax. We must keep washing our hands, stay socially distanced, and for God's sake, wear a mask to get that.
50 million doses marks the halfway point of the Biden administration's goal to administer 100 million doses to Americans within the president's first 100 days in office. And President Biden says they are weeks ahead of schedule. Dane County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the man who was shot this week in Sun Prairie and later died at a Madison hospital. They say he is 29-year-old Shanton Robinson. He is from Marshall. The medical examiner says a forensic autopsy shows he died of a gunshot wound. Police say he was shot on Tuesday in the area around Broadway Drive in Sun Prairie, eventually dropped off at a clinic in Madison, later transported to the hospital where he died. So far, no suspects have been identified.
And we have an update to last night's breaking news. Sun Prairie police are investigating the death of a pedestrian who was hit while crossing Main Street. This happened last night around 9:30 near Varsity Bar and Grill. A police officer in the area actually saw the crash happen and stopped to help the pedestrian, but that person died at the scene. The driver involved is cooperating with investigators. Tomorrow marks 1 year since a gunman went on a deadly shooting rampage at the Molson Coors complex in Milwaukee. 5 people were killed before the shooter turned the gun on himself. Police identified the gunman as 51-year-old Anthony Farrell. Now, a year later, employees at the facility are preparing to mark a somber anniversary. Molson Coors Community Affairs Director Tammy Garrison was there that day.
Just acknowledging that everybody's going to feel a little bit differently about Friday, and they're going to look back on that day a little bit differently. And we as a company want to make sure that we're providing the opportunity for everybody to do what is important for them on that day.
She says tomorrow employees can take the day off if they want. Each shift for each brewery will begin with a moment of silence, and in the afternoon there will be a virtual moment of silence with all employees. Still to come tonight, a look ahead at the weekend and if these above freezing temperatures will stick around. And later, the Badgers, the #1 college volleyball team in the country, postponing all team activities for the next 2 weeks. We'll have that story for you in sports.
Get the ultimate deals on sleep made simple at Ashley Home Store's Ultimate Mattress Sale. Save as much as 70% off clearance and floor sample mattresses while they last. Shop early for best selection. They're going fast at Ashley Home Store.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game. So you better bundle up. Toyota.
Get $1,000 customer cash on a new 2021 RAV4 or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Stop into Rubens today for our annual dining sale. Save up to 40% on fine dining. Rubens has beautiful dining room tables, chairs, and buffets for your home. Choose from sleek, modern dining imported from Italy. Solid birch dining in all finishes and sizes. Invest in heirloom furniture. Rubens has many dining tables and chairs in stock for immediate delivery. As always, Rubens designers offer free design service. Come in today for Rubens' annual dining room sale on now.
Get the support you need to stay healthy. At iCare, you'll receive up to $1,200 per year in over-the-counter benefits that can be used on the items you need, in-store or delivered right to your door for free. You'll also get a dedicated care team, including a care coordinator, doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and health coaches, all committed to helping you feel your best today and tomorrow. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for your health needs.
Get the ultimate style for the ultimate deal at Ashley Home Store's Ultimate Sale. Save big on everything in the store, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus discounts off our sale prices online and in-store. And no interest financing for 3 years. Ashley Home Store.
Hi, everyone. We continue to highlight area businesses in the 608 for Winter Restaurant Week.
Friday morning, we take you to a popular spot in town, trying out a new virtual kitchen model, right along with the classics, of course.
Grab your coffee and join us from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome Welcome back. The Labor Department says another 730,000 Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. That is fewer than economists predicted. Most of the sharp drops came in California and Ohio. There's also a decline down in Texas, where extreme winter weather led to mass power and water outages. Mortgage rates starting to climb a bit. That's after some of the lowest interest rates in history. Rates rose to the highest point since August of last week. Freddie Mac reporting the average interest rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage went up to 2.97%. Experts point to a better economic outlook as the reason for that rise.
The Democratic-led House passed a bill that would enshrine LGBTQ protections in the nation's labor and civil rights laws. It passed on a 224-206 vote, with 3 Republicans joining Democrats in voting yes, but it may have more trouble in the Senate. The Equality Act amends existing civil rights law to explicitly include sexual orientation and gender identification as protected characteristics. Supporters say the law would ensure that every person is treated equally under the law, but some religious groups and social conservatives worry that the bill would force people to take actions that contradict their religious beliefs. The Black Lives Matter Foundation raised $90 million last year. The organization released its 2020 impact report this week, saying it was a record-breaking year. The report comes after a year of nationwide protest calling for racial justice and police reform. Best Buy is altering its workforce in response to a higher demand of online shopping. The retailer laid off 5,000 workers this month, mostly full-time employees, but it is also planning to add about 2,000 new part-time positions. This year, Best Buy expects to close more stores as well. The company has shut the doors at 40 locations in the last 2 years.
Some Costco workers will soon be making more money. The wholesale chain is raising its starting rate for hourly workers at its U.S. locations to $16 an hour. The pay hike should take effect next week. Costco's CEO announced that move today. The chain has around 180,000 employees in the U.S. 90% of them work hourly. New tonight, Amazon is now putting cameras inside delivery vehicles. The company says they'll be used to monitor both the road and drivers, but some drivers have said they're concerned about the cameras, that they could cost them their jobs if they make a mistake. But officials from Amazon say drivers will not be fired based on a single mistake. Hasbro is dropping Mr. and Mrs. from the classic Mr. Potato Head toy line. The toys will be rebranded as just Potato Head. The company's gender-neutral adjustment will start this fall. They can build same-sex or single-parent families if they want and dress the toys in any way they desire. Hasbro is also putting out another product called Create Your Potato Head Family.
AT&T is offloading its struggling satellite TV service, DirecTV. The communications giant has agreed to sell its stake to a private equity firm. But as part of the deal, the two companies will create a new business called New DirecTV. The new venture is valued at $16 billion, and AT&T will own 70% of it. AT&T bought DirecTV 6 years ago in a transaction that some analysts called doomed from the start. And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at our forecast.
Oh, we melted some more snow today. Temperatures are up around the 40-degree mark. And when you add that moisture to the air and temperatures start cooling down at night, you start to get some fog to form. Nothing really widespread across much of southern Wisconsin. The farther west you go, though, we're starting to see some fog. And visibility drops a little more significantly on the other side of the Mississippi River and parts of Minnesota and Iowa. Dense fog advisories have just been issued there until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. I don't expect widespread dense fog across our viewing area, but if there is thicker fog, it's more likely to favor areas west of Madison. As we look at temperatures for the month of February, so far we're still averaging 12.4 degrees above normal, and that's with the last 4 days seeing above normal temperatures every day. But, you know, compared to those days where we were just so bitterly cold for almost a 2-week stretch, we're not going to overcome that before the end of the month. As we look at snow depth, it is starting to shrink. Notice much of South Dakota, southern North Dakota, Nebraska, then down to the south across Missouri and Illinois, now snow-free. So our part of the Midwest still has a fair amount of snow on the ground because we've had quite a bit on the ground, but it is starting to melt and that snow cover is shrinking. And you see the difference that it makes in temperatures. Where there's snow cover, our temperatures were generally in the 30s to lower 40s today. Where there was little or no snow cover, temperatures are mainly in the 40s to around 50 degrees. So getting rid of the snow will make a big difference in warming up our temperatures, but that's still a ways off. Right now, quiet across Wisconsin. Farther to the north and west, some light snow starting to show up over northern North Dakota. That's the northern edge of a weather system that'll move through tomorrow night, mainly during the evening hours with some light snow, but temperatures could be warm enough for some drizzle or freezing drizzle mixed in as well. So 3 things you need to know. Look for high temperatures to be anywhere from the mid-30s to the mid-40s over the next 10 days, and that takes us through the end of next week and next weekend. Some light snow tomorrow night, less than an inch of accumulation if we see that at all, and drizzle and freezing drizzle also could be a possibility during the evening hours. I think most of the precipitation will end after midnight. And then dry weather is expected for next week and next weekend as well. Some flurries Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then after that, completely dry through next weekend. High temperatures today in our part of the Midwest, generally upper 30s to the lower 40s, but still that's enough to melt some of the snow. Upper level winds right now from the northwest, but notice those jet stream winds flattening out or even becoming southwesterly just out to the west of us. So we're not seeing any big, bitterly cold Arctic outbreaks, and the cold air in Canada seems to be locked up for the time being. As we look at our part of the Midwest, high pressure is located just to the south, but as that high moves off to the east, the clockwise wind circulation means our winds will be more out of the south, and that'll keep temperatures up for the weekend. So for tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies. It'll be breezy with a high of 40, but more clouds will move in ahead of that weather system for tomorrow night, and that'll happen late in the afternoon. Then the sun comes back for Saturday, highs in the middle 40s. Some flurries late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. High temperatures drop to the upper 30s on Sunday and mid-30s on Monday, but after that, take a look where those temperatures go. Mainly in the lower 40s and upper 30s for Friday, but it's good to see that kind of weather, you know, in our immediate future and even 10 days out too. Yeah, no, instead of 10 days of alert days, we have 10 days of nice weather.
We'll take that. We're heading into March. We're going to melt some of that snow gradually the way we like it. And
that will help the flooding situation.
And we all need it after the first couple of weeks of February. That was rough. Gary, thanks. Just ahead in sports, the Verona girls basketball team has dedicated the season to someone very special to the program. Zach introduces you to Grandma Leaner. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
My husband's parents were visiting, and I promised them a home-cooked meal, except my boss had a different idea. He tells me, hold your horses. I call my husband, and I say, I'm slammed, and he's like, Quick Trip, and I'm like, bingo. At Quick Trip, I say, what's good tonight? And the Quick Trip guy is like, everything, but I go for the hand-breaded fried chicken, and I go, make that ×4. Being none the wiser, my mother-in-law is like, I always said she's a keeper. I'll run with that.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore Store, the President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque, or being the only pickup on Car and Driver's 10 best list. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
During the Ram President's Day event, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $3,750 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500.
Sleep Life got you down? For a price that won't keep you up at night, Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 36-hour sale, check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm. Easy on the wallet for only $189.99. Shop our Doctor's Choice Original lineup starting at only $569.99. Or get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 5 years no interest financing and free shipping right to your door. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Havish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Every Every day, News 3 Now investigates, taking action to discover and report the facts to make sure your voice is heard. That's why News 3 Now investigates.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
The Wisconsin volleyball team breezed through their first 10 matches of the season, but now all that, they're going to have to bottle up that momentum because for at least 14 days, the #1 team in the country has paused all team activities due to a number of COVID-19 cases within the Badger program. This happened after Michigan State, who UW just played, postponed their matches this weekend. Wisconsin's next scheduled match is March 12th at Northwestern. The Verona girls basketball team will face Germantown on Saturday in their first trip to state since 2016. And in a season that almost didn't happen for the Wildcats, every game they play is dedicated to their #1 fan. Verona girls basketball is headed to state.
I'm super proud of this team. Like, just making it here is crazy.
Let's get them.
It's a feeling these Wildcats will never forget.
Felt like a dream. We've always been looking forward to this ever since we were little girls, and it's just crazy to be there ourselves.
And it's a season head coach Angie Murphy
Find somebody.
will remember forever.
She's always been so close to the team, and there's team members that have grown up with my mom as like a second grandma.
Angie's mom, or better known as Grandma Leaner, is battling terminal cancer.
This season for her, we want to give her a great season because we know she's always been rooting for us.
And that hasn't stopped.
This is your #1 fan wishing you well at the tournament. Have fun, play hard, and keep smiling. Good luck and go Wildcats.
During their run through sectionals, Grandma Leaner was there, offering up encouragement and advice.
Give it your best, work hard, but enjoy the moment.
Her message is always never give up and give your best effort and to have fun. And those are the 3 things that matter.
It makes me feel so appreciated because even though she's going through all that stuff, she still finds time to push us and make us feel good about ourselves.
A season that almost didn't happen has become one bigger than basketball.
It's special because I didn't know how much they really embraced my mom through this season and how much they love her, and how hard they want to work for her, and just to see her excitement. I'm not going to lie. I said a couple prayers like, come on, Mom, I hope these free throws go in and see, so we could continue this ride for her.
Blackhawk got everything they could handle from Three Lakes in their state semifinal. Wildcats down 2. Raylan Peterson drops home the J to tie the game up at 48 with 45 seconds to go, but the Blue Jays would break the press and then snap Blackhawks' 75-game win streak. Sarah Gruninski gets the hoop and the harm. Warriors fall 51-48. And the Bucks going for their 4th straight win, taking on the Pelicans right now. This one's still in the 3rd. Last check of the score, Milwaukee down 4 with a little less than 2 minutes left in the quarter. We're back after this.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
Maintenance fee, ATM fee. Can I hide in your fort?
Sure, but the fort fee is 10 cookies.
Need a place to hide from fees? With a BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you can get cash with nearly as many fee-free ATMs in the U.S. as the 3 largest banks combined, and no monthly maintenance fee.
Huh, did you hear that? No monthly maintenance fee.
Fort fees are subject to the governing bodies of the fort.
She did not learn that from me.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. And right now, get a $200 bonus when you open a new BMO Harris Smart Advantage account.
At
At US Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. Not just New York and LA, but the millions of people in cities like yours, like Milwaukee, Rock Island, and Des Moines. That's why we're including 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Because everywhere matters, like Economawalk, Claysville, Prineville. US Cellular has included 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Get unlimited data as low as $30 a month. US Cellular.
One of the biggest furniture events of the year, the President's Sale, is ending.
Come on.
Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now, at our President's Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland, ends Saturday.
The Great American Sales Event at your local Ford store has just been extended. Don't miss out on Flex Buy with 0% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 President's Day cash on top of other offers on select SUVs. With added days of deals on America's best-selling brand, now's a great time to buy. Hurry in or shop online before March 1st. Choose Flex Buy in a 2021 Explorer with 0% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 President's Day cash. Hurry! The Great American Sales Event ends soon.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Let's go to Gary. One final check of the forecast.
Starting to get some fog forming out toward the Mississippi River. Our western viewers right now seeing fog out west of Lone Rock over toward parts of Crawford and Grant counties. There are dense fog advisories on the other side of the Mississippi River until 9 a.m. So we'll keep an eye out for some areas of dense fog, at least over southwestern Wisconsin. Temperatures right now around 30 in Madison. Notice a little colder down in the Wisconsin River Valley, 21 in Lone Rock. Most areas, though, upper 20s to around 30. Look for a low in Madison of about 20 with some patchy fog overnight. High tomorrow, 40. More clouds in the afternoon. Some light snow tomorrow night, maybe mix with a little freezing drizzle or drizzle. And then 44 on Saturday, and temperatures stay mild for much of next week.
That looks pretty good, Gary. Thank you. And thanks for joining us. Producer now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.